The moment I stepped into the HR office that night, it felt like something had been scooped out of my chest. My hands shook slightly, though I did my best to hide it, clutching the strap of my briefcase like it was the only thing keeping me upright. I never thought I'd find myself here, accusing the woman I loved of betrayal. But life knows exactly where to stab when you're not looking. I need to see the security footage from tonight, I said, my voice tighter than I intended. The HR manager, Anjali, a composed woman with a calm presence, looked at me with raised brows, her expression professional, yet gently cautious. Sir, may I ask why? There hasn't been any complaint filed. I hesitated, swallowing the hard knot in my throat. A lie would crumble instantly. It's personal. My wife was at the office party, and something happened. I need to see it. Her eyes softened a little. She motioned toward a chair. Sit. I'll pull it up. But you're sure you want to do this? I nodded, too tense to speak. The office party had sounded harmless when they announced it, just coworkers, drinks, music, casual chatter. But now, thinking back, every detail felt like a warning I hadn't recognized. It started earlier that evening. I waited with her outside our apartment, a faint sense of unease gnawing at me. She gave me a quick kiss, smelling like the perfume I loved on her, and said, "It's just a small office party. I'll be back by 10. All right, I said, though my stomach twisted. Don't stay too long. She smiled, slipped into her little black dress, and left. I wanted to trust her. I truly did. Then the first text came, innocent enough. Having fun. You'd love the snacks. But later that night, my phone buzzed again and again. A colleague. Man, you should probably know. Things are getting kind of inappropriate here. I froze. I wanted to tell myself it was a joke. I wanted to dismiss it. But a thin thread of dread pierced straight through me, and I couldn't ignore it. Back in the HR office, I watched as Anjali navigated the system and pulled up the footage. The grainy video showed the lounge, party lights flickering across laughing faces. And then I saw her. My wife, Sarah. Hair down, glowing smile, moving confidently through the room. And right beside her, Rahul. Her coworker. Always charming, always a little too smooth. The kind of guy who could make anyone feel special with a single joke. But tonight the footage showed something else entirely. My breath caught. Rahul stood too close, much too close. His hand rested on her lower back, guiding her toward the drinks table. She laughed. Her laugh. The one I'd adored for a decade. But now it made my stomach knot with something sharp and cold. Then came the touch. His hand sliding along her arm. Not accidental. Not innocent. Intentional. My fists clenched so tight my nails bit into my palms. Stop, I whispered. Please stop. Anjali shot me a worried look. I need to see all of it, I said hoarsely. Every angle. Every second. She rewound the footage. Rahul leaned in, murmuring something into Sarah's ear. She tilted her head toward him, smiling, lightly touching his arm in return. They laughed together, completely unaware or uncaring that every second was being recorded. The room seemed to spin. Everything I had built my life around, my marriage, my faith in her, felt like it was collapsing. She knew I'd never find out, I muttered, my voice raw. She knew I trusted her. Anjali stayed silent, her professionalism steady, though the sympathy in her eyes was unmistakable. I left the HR office in a fog. The images burned into my mind. I couldn't go home. Not yet. Not to her. Not to the smile that suddenly felt like a stranger's. I walked aimlessly through the city as the lights smeared into streaks through my tears. By the time I reached our apartment, it was after midnight. The door was slightly ajar. My heart hammered as I stepped inside, half expecting, half dreading what I might find. But the place was quiet. She emerged from the bedroom, completely casual, her hair a little messy from the night. "You're home early," she said lightly. I couldn't speak. Anger, agony, disbelief, they all collided inside me, leaving me shaking. "What's wrong?" she asked, reaching toward me. I stepped back instinctively. The space between us felt cavernous. "I saw the footage," I said. Sarah's face stiffened for the briefest second. Something fear? Guilt? Flickered in her eyes before she smoothed it over with a forced smile. "Footage? What do you mean?" My throat tightened painfully. "The party. Rahul. You know exactly what I'm talking about." Her hand trembled as she tried to touch me. It wasn't. "Don't," I snapped, harsher than intended. "Just don't." Her eyes filled with panic, but the truth sat there in tiny cracks she couldn't hide. I didn't mean for it to. It was just... I couldn't bear the excuses. I turned away, wrapping my arms around myself like I could keep my heart from falling apart. "Was it a joke to you?" I whispered. "Just fun? Did you think about me at all? About us?" She broke. I don't know. I made a mistake." "Enough." The word tore out of me like a scream, echoing through the apartment. "You made a choice. And I saw it. I saw everything." Neither of us spoke for a long time. The silence weighed like concrete. I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. I wanted her to feel even a fraction of what I was feeling. But mostly, I wanted to disappear. Finally, she whispered, "I'm sorry. But it wasn't enough. It could never be enough." Days went by. I stayed in the apartment but avoided her, avoided everyone. Every text, every call felt like a reminder of the life I thought I had. Sleep came in broken pieces, nightmares replaying the footage again and again. Eventually, the conversation I feared came. "I can't do this," I said one morning, sitting across from her at the kitchen table. She looked ghost pale, hands squeezed together. "I can't pretend nothing happened. I can't go back." Tears streamed down her face. "Please. I'll do anything. Therapy, counseling." I shook my head, feeling years of love being crushed under the weight of her choices. "It's not about fixing it," I said quietly. "You betrayed me. I don't know if I'll ever trust you again." Her shoulders trembled. "I love you," she whispered. "I always have." I wanted to believe her. But love wasn't enough anymore. Not after this. Weeks later, I filed for separation. Her belongings were packed up and taken out of the apartment. Every item felt like sealing a memory in a box, a chapter ending with a bruise I knew I'd carry for years. Even now, months later, I pass the office building, the place of the party, and feel something twist inside me. Anger. Grief. Loss. Maybe all of it. I think about the footage that stripped away the illusion. About the woman I loved, and the stranger she became for a few careless moments. I don't hate her. Not completely. I'm not sure I'll ever stop loving her. But one truth remains. Once trust breaks, the wound never truly disappears. Time may dull it, but it never fully heals. Some betrayals aren't accidents. They're revelations, ones that reshape your heart forever. And late at night, when everything is quiet, I still hear echoes of her laughter, the way she leaned in, the warmth of a touch that wasn't meant for me. And I remember. Always.